I'm excited to present Indo-Thai vegetable pulao. I might be committing a culinary blasphemy by combining two of the most flavorful cuisines in the world, but I'm of the opinion that if you combine the right ingredients in the right amount, one can produce a delicious dish. I'll quickly take you through the ingredients, which are both Indian and Thai. So the Indian spices are bay leaf, 8 to 10 cardamom, Star Aniseed, mace, cinnamon, brown cardamoms, and around 8 to 10 cloves. Medium-sized onions, which I will chop finely. 3 tomatoes, also chopped finely. And 6 cloves of garlic and a piece of ginger, finely chopped. Around 6 to 7. This is Indian chili. If you're using Thai chili, I would say cut it down even more. Thai chilies are spicier. And mint. I carefully chose my vegetables, which are going to stay crisp even after it's cooked, so that it doesn't clump around the rice. I mean, it's great to use cauliflower and things like that, but the rice tends to clump around some of the vegetables. So I've just used green beans, chopped a little bit big diagonally, carrots. And this is the shiitake mushroom, the dried variety. There's so many wonderful choices when it comes to Thai ingredients, but I had to be very deliberate in choosing those that doesn't clash with some of the Indian spices. So the ingredients that I picked, all of them have that lemon lime kind of base to it. This is a lime basil. I'm not using Thai basil because that can be a little bit overpowering. This is lemongrass, and you probably have seen it being used. So you take off the top layer and then you would cut it into slices, and then I'm going to use the grind. This is my favorite, the Kaffir leaf, lime leaf, which I'm going to kind of break it. And then this is the Kaffir lime. Thanks to Pratima, I always have a steady supply in my house. And then there is the cream of the coconut. I'm not using coconut milk, but cream of the coconut. I'm going to use some hot water and soften up the shiitake mushroom. Just maybe for a couple of minutes. I have 3 cups of basmati rice that you have to wash it 3 times and soak it for approximately 20 minutes. So I learned a trick from Karthik, who was trained as a professional chef, but right now he's in the IT field. And he said this is what they do in some of the restaurants. You drop in a couple of spoons of yogurt in the rice while the rice is soaking. How this helps is when you cook, the end of the rice sometimes tends to break. So if you really want a standalone, the whole grain, use a couple of spoons of yogurt to soak the rice. Today I chose a cast iron dish to cook the pulao. This is really great if you want the heat to be evenly spread, and this heavier lid holds the steam down when you cook the rice. However, if you want to do this in a rice cooker, that's okay too. I'm not sure about the Instapot time. I haven't tried this, so I can't tell you exactly how long it takes in the Instapot, but my guess is around 9 minutes. When the oil is hot, drop the bay leaves, cloves, black cardamon, cinnamon, mace, Star Aniseed, green cardamon, sliced green chillies, and long sliced onions. When the onions are slightly brown, add chopped ginger and garlic. Onions are fairly cooked. And time to add in the tomatoes. Turn down the heat to brown the onions, tomato, garlic, and ginger. I'm adding salt to draw out the moisture from the onions. I'm going to first add the vegetables that are firm, beans and carrots, and I'm going to hold off on the shiitake mushroom, which I previously moistened with hot water. That's going to come in a little later. The Thai ingredients are lime basil that I chopped into fairly small pieces, a lemongrass which I cut into small pieces again, but if you don't like the crunchiness, you can use like half a stalk and then remove the stalk at the end of it. That's Indian mint, Kaffir lime, leaf, rind of the Kaffir. Just a touch, not too much, it can be a little bit bitter. Checking to see if the vegetables along with the onion, ginger, garlic, mint, the Thai ingredients, that's the Kaffir lime there, and the lemongrass and lime, basil, grinds of Kaffir lime are well mixed, and I'm adding 5 tablespoons of coconut cream to give it a little bit more of the Thai touch to it. It's not uncommon to add coconut cream in Indian pulao too. I add always a few spoons of it in my biryanis. Indian pulaus have ghee in it, but we haven't used ghee here. So to add a little bit of richness to the rice, coconut milk actually does the trick. I let it all simmer for a little while, and I'm going to wash the rice that I had soaked ahead of time. Remember, it had yogurt in it, so I'm going to thoroughly wash it, take the yogurt off completely, and then add it to the mixture of vegetables. After adding the rice, don't be in a hurry to add the water. This is another important thing to remember, is let the rice absorb all of the flavors, because if you add the water immediately, you dilute all the flavors. So I give the rice a little bit of time to absorb all of the flavors before I add water. I use hot water because I don't want to bring down the tempo of this whole ingredients coming together. So it's important to use hot water. You keep the tempo going, and it immediately traps in all of the flavors into the rice. The ratio is 1 cup to 2 water, but here the vegetables already has moisture. I use 3 cups of rice, but I'm only going to use 5 cups of water. And I'm going to top it off with the shiitake mushroom. And I'm not going to mix it because if I push the mushroom to the bottom of the pan, it's going to overcook. So I'm going to let it just sit on top of the rice. Make sure to check for the salt one last time, and then time to put the lid on and let it cook for approximately 8 to 10 minutes. I would check in between without disturbing, just to make sure the rice is cooked. Just a quick check in between to see if it's done. It looks like it still has a little bit of moisture, so I'm going to close it for maybe a minute. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of Kaffir lime to get that extra freshness into the rice. And it's done. Here is the steaming hot, delicious Indo-Thai vegetable pulao.
This is my creation. I always have made it with shrimp, but many of my viewers are vegetarians, so I just thought I'll give it a try with vegetables. And I'm confident it's going to taste great. Well, I'm serving this Indo-Thai vegetable pulao with Thai curry that I made with tofu, peppers, and bean sprouts. I know it's tempting. Do come and join my family for dinner.
I hope you found it interesting watching me make Indo-Thai vegetable pulao. Give it a try. Thank you for your time. Like and share. This is Rajshri from my Indian kitchen to yours.